हमारे लेटेस्ट अपडेट्स पाने के लिए चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन को दबाना बिल्कुल ना भूलें ताकि हमारे सभी नोटिफिकेशंस आपको सबसे पहले मिलें। Digiminto Education is India's best platform to prepare for GATE, NTA, UGC, NET and PGT Computer Science। ज्यादा जानकारी के लिए हमारी वेबसाइट www.digiminto.com पर विजिट करें। हमारे लेटेस्ट अपडेट्स पाने के लिए चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन को दबाना बिल्कुल ना भूलें ताकि हमारे सभी नोटिफिकेशंस आपको सबसे पहले मिलें। Digiminto Education is India's best platform to prepare for GATE, NTA, UGC, NET and PGT Computer Science। ज्यादा जानकारी के लिए हमारी वेबसाइट www.digiminto.com पर विजिट करें। हमारे लेटेस्ट अपडेट्स पाने के लिए चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन को दबाना बिल्कुल ना भूलें ताकि हमारे सभी नोटिफिकेशंस आपको सबसे पहले मिलें। Digiminto Education is India's best platform to prepare for GATE, NTA, UGC, NET and PGT Computer Science। ज्यादा जानकारी के लिए हमारी वेबसाइट www.digiminto.com पर विजिट करें। हमारे लेटेस्ट अपडेट्स पाने के लिए चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन को दबाना बिल्कुल ना भूलें ताकि हमारे सभी नोटिफिकेशंस आपको सबसे पहले मिलें। Digiminto Education is India's best platform to prepare for GATE, NTA, UGC, NET and PGT Computer Science। ज्यादा जानकारी के लिए हमारी वेबसाइट www.digiminto.com पर विजिट करें। हमारे लेटेस्ट अपडेट्स पाने के लिए चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन को दबाना बिल्कुल ना भूलें ताकि हमारे सभी नोटिफिकेशंस आपको सबसे पहले मिलें। Digiminto Education is India's best platform to prepare for GATE, NTA, UGC, NET and PGT Computer Science। ज्यादा जानकारी के लिए हमारी वेबसाइट www.digiminto.com पर विजिट करें। हमारे लेटेस्ट अपडेट्स पाने के लिए चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन को दबाना बिल्कुल ना भूलें ताकि हमारे सभी नोटिफिकेशंस आपको सबसे पहले मिलें। Digiminto Education is India's best platform to prepare for GATE, NTA, UGC, NET and PGT Computer Science। ज्यादा जानकारी के लिए हमारी वेबसाइट www.digiminto.com पर विजिट करें।
So in this session I will be discussing about the introduction to dynamic programming. Introduction to dynamic programming. Okay, and the next topic here will be regarding a 0-1 knapsack. That is one example of dynamic programming. So there are a lot of algorithms in dynamic programming जो हम लोग study कर सकते हैं. Approximately there will be like 80 to 90 algorithms. But here I'm covering 0-1 knapsack because in the previous session itself we have seen fractional knapsack. तो हमने previous session में fractional knapsack देखा है. So in this session if we look at this 0-1 knapsack, it will help us memorize. I mean it will help us revise the previous session also, as well as it will be kind of a related session. You will understand what is the basic difference between a greedy knapsack and you will understand what is the difference between a 0-1 knapsack. मतलब greedy knapsack और 0-1 knapsack में क्या difference होता है वो आपको इस session में अच्छे से समझ में आएगा. Okay, so first of all you should understand what is dynamic programming. Dynamic programming होती क्या है? What do you mean by dynamic programming and what is the use of dynamic programming? इसका use क्या है? Okay, and why it is required? So and why it is required? Let us see this one first. ठीक है? So I'll take a very easy example, very simple example which will make all of you to understand. Great. So let us see why it is required and what do you really mean by dynamic programming. इसका मतलब क्या है and why it is required. I'll take a very easy example and this example that I'm taking, this is regarding the Fibonacci series. Fibonacci series. ठीक है? So we know what is the Fibonacci series. So Fibonacci of a number n is equal to 1, 0 if n is equal to 0. It is 1 if n is equal to 1, or it is Fibonacci of n minus 1 plus Fibonacci of n minus 2 otherwise. ठीक है, दिस इज द फिबोनाची ऑफ अ नंबर एंड वी बेसिकली फाइंड फिबोनाची ऑफ अ नंबर व्हेन द नंबर इज अ पॉजिटिव नंबर. फॉर नेगेटिव नंबर्स वी डू नॉट फाइंड फिबोनाकीज. Okay, now if I create a table for this, so this is representing the number n and this is representing the Fibonacci of the number. Okay, so if n is 0, that means Fibonacci is 0. If n is 1, that means the Fibonacci is 1. If n is 2, in that case Fibonacci will be 0 plus 1, that is equal to 1 only. If n is 3, then Fibonacci of the number is 2, which is 1 plus 1 is 2. If n is 4, then the Fibonacci of number is 3. If n is 5, then the Fibonacci of number is 5. If n is 6, then Fibonacci of the number is 8, and so on. In this manner you can find out the Fibonacci of a number. Now obviously for this Fibonacci, writing a recursive program is extremely easy. It is very easy, and as well as it is also possible, because just by looking at this one you can write the recursive program. इस recursive relation को देखकर आप recursive program भी लिख सकते हैं. So you can write in this manner: integer Fibonacci of integer n will be equal to, if n equals 0, then it is 0, so I can just say return 0. If n equals 1, then I can say return 1, and it is return Fibonacci of n minus 1 plus Fibonacci of n minus 2 otherwise. Right, this is how you can find and write the recursive program for this. And writing the recursive program for Fibonacci of a number is extremely easy. As you can see, ये बहुत ज़्यादा easy है. You can easily write the recursive program for finding the Fibonacci of a number. But there's a huge problem in this recursive program. There's a big problem. And what is that problem? Let me show you the problem here. If I say I want to call this function, and if I want to find the Fibonacci of a number which is 5. So Fibonacci of number 5 is going to be Fibonacci of 4 plus Fibonacci of 3. So these two recursive calls will be there. And when I call Fibonacci of 4, so Fibonacci of 4 is going to be Fibonacci of 3 plus Fibonacci of 2. Okay, and then here it will be Fibonacci of 2 plus Fibonacci of 1, and then here it will be Fibonacci of 1 plus Fibonacci of 0, right? In the same manner, here it will be Fibonacci of 1 plus Fibonacci of 0. In the same way, here you can find out Fibonacci of 3. Fibonacci of 3 will be Fibonacci of 2 plus Fibonacci of 1, and Fibonacci of 2 will be Fibonacci of 1 plus Fibonacci of 0. Okay, so these are all the recursive calls which will be there. But there's a huge problem here. And what is that problem? Is that these recursive calls are basically repeating themselves. ये जो recursive call है ये अपने आप को repeat कर रही है. So if I see Fibonacci of 5, तो Fibonacci of 5 कितनी बार call हुआ? So you can see we have called Fibonacci of 5 only one time. If you can see how many times Fibonacci of 4 we have called. So we have called Fibonacci of 4 only one time. How many times the Fibonacci of 3 is called? Fibonacci of 3 कितनी बार call हुआ है? So you can calculate this. It is 1 and it is 2. So Fibonacci of 3 is called 2 times. If you calculate what is the Fibonacci of 2, तो Fibonacci of 2 कितनी बार call हुआ है? So that is 1, 2 and 3. So it is called total of 3 times. If I call Fibonacci of 1, तो Fibonacci of 1 कितनी बार call हुआ है? So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 times I have called Fibonacci of 1. And how many times Fibonacci of 0 is called? So that is 1, 2, 3. So, and I think that Fibonacci of 0 is called approximately 3 times. So basically these functions are calling themselves again and again, and these problems are kind of overlapping sub problems. So how many recursive calls are there in total? 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 3, 7, 7 plus 3, 10, 10 plus 5 is 15. There are total of 15 function calls in this case. 15 functions calls. So in these 15 calls we have done a lot of recursive calls, काफी ज़्यादा recursive calls ही, that is why we had 15 function calls. But this 15 function calls is very small in this case, because if we have taken Fibonacci of 5, So that is a very small number. If I say that I want to find Fibonacci of 6, so in case of Fibonacci of 6, the number of recursive calls will increase. Fibonacci of 6 में number of recursive calls काफ़ी ज़्यादा होंगी. जैसे कि अगर मैं Fibonacci of 4 की बात करता हूँ, if try to find Fibonacci of 4, तो Fibonacci of 4 में कितनी recursive calls होती हैं? In case of Fibonacci of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are total of 8 functions call. There are 8 function call in Fibonacci of 4. If you see Fibonacci of 3, तो Fibonacci of 3 में कितनी function call है? Just calculate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are total of 5 function calls. 5 function calls. If you see Fibonacci of 5, तो Fibonacci of 5 में कितनी function calls है? There are total 15 function calls. Right? If you calculate Fibonacci of 6, तो Fibonacci of 6 में कितनी function calls होंगी? So you can clearly see the number of function calls will also increase exponentially. Right? तो function calls कितनी होगी? If I try to find Fibonacci of 6, then Fibonacci of 6 will be Fibonacci of 5 plus Fibonacci of 4. राइट एंड हमें पता है कि Fibonacci of 5 के केस में कितनी फंक्शन कॉल्स है? 15 फंक्शन कॉल्स हैं. और Fibonacci of 4 के केस में कितनी फंक्शन कॉल्स है? 8 फंक्शन कॉल्स हैं. और 1 फंक्शन कॉल ये वाली भी है. सो दीज आर टोटल 24 फंक्शन कॉल्स. इन केस ऑफ Fibonacci of 6 देयर विल बी 24 फंक्शन कॉल्स. राइट. इन केस ऑफ Fibonacci of 7 हाउ मेनी फंक्शन कॉल्स विल बी देयर? सो 7 के केस में so 3 के केस में 5, why I have written 5 dear? This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4 and this is 5. So there are total of 5 function calls in Fibonacci of 3. In the same way, अगर मैं Fibonacci of 7 की बात करता हूँ, in case of Fibonacci of 7, there will be 24 plus 15 plus 1 function call, which is a total of 40 function calls. तो function call जो है वो भी exponentially increase कर रही है. These function calls are increasing exponentially here, right? So because of these function calls, if you try to find what is the time complexity of this function, time complexity of this recursive function for Fibonacci series, इसकी time complexity कितनी रहेगी? The upper bound is order of 2 raised to power n. ये इसका upper bound है, but what is the exact time complexity? इसकी exact value कितनी रहेगी? The exact value for this Fibonacci series is basically for time complexity it is 1.6180 raised to power n. So if you write a recursive function for Fibonacci, finding the Fibonacci of a number that takes exponential time complexity, it is not a linear time complexity. ये linear नहीं है, it is exponential. ये आपकी exponential time complexity है because these exponential time complexity sometimes your computer system cannot calculate these values if we take a very big value of n. अगर हमारे पास n की वैल्यू काफ़ी बड़ी होगी तो ये टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी उतनी ही ज़्यादा इंक्रीज होगी विच मे बी योर सिस्टम विल नॉट बी एबल टू हैंडल फॉर अ बिग वैल्यूज ऑफ n एंड प्लस इट ऑल्सो गोइंग टू टेक सम स्टैक स्पेस. राइट नाउ इन दिस केस if you want to minimize these function calls then you can take help of dynamic programming. अब dynamic programming का मतलब क्या है? So in case of dynamic programming we try to memorize the overlapping sub problem. There's a word called as overlapping sub problems. Overlapping sub problems. Okay, and we try to memorize them. Memorize. So memorize is created from the word memorize. जो हमारे पास word है memorize का, so this memorize is also created from the word memorize. ठीक है. So what do I mean to say by this is जो problems हैं, जो function calls है जो अपने आप को repeat कर रही है उनको बोलते हैं overlapping sub problems. जैसे कि if you can clearly see this function, this Fibonacci of 3 is called 2 times. This Fibonacci of 2 is called 3 times. Fibonacci of 1 is called 5 times. So basically these are overlapping sub problems because Fibonacci of 1 is repeating itself again and again. Fibonacci of 2 is repeating itself again and again. Fibonacci of 0 is repeating itself again and again. So these function calls are repeating themselves. So because they are repeating themselves, they are creating overlapping sub problems. यानी कि ऐसी सब प्रॉब्लम्स जो अपने आप को बार बार रिपीट करती है उनको हम बोलते हैं ओवरलैपिंग सब प्रॉब्लम. जैसे Fibonacci 5 में 1 हमने Fibonacci 1 यहाँ पर कैलकुलेट किया, Fibonacci 1 यहाँ पर भी कैलकुलेट किया, Fibonacci 1 यहाँ पर भी कैलकुलेट किया, Fibonacci 1 यहाँ पर भी कैलकुलेट किया और Fibonacci 1 यहाँ पर भी कैलकुलेट किया. सो टोटल हमने 5 टाइम्स Fibonacci 1 को कॉल किया. सो व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से हियर इज इन केस ऑफ डायनेमिक प्रोग्रामिंग व्हाट वी डू इज, जो फंक्शन कॉल्स हम ऑलरेडी एक बार एग्जीक्यूट कर चुके हैं, जो वैल्यूज हम एक बार ऑलरेडी एग्जीक्यूट कर चुके हैं, वी ट्राई टू मेमोराइज दोज वैल्यूज एंड वी ट्राई टू सेव दोज वैल्यूज। तो हम उन सभी वैल्यूज को सेव करते हैं, उन सभी वैल्यूज को मेमोराइज करने की कोशिश करते हैं। ओके, इज इट क्लियर सो फार? इतना सभी के साथ क्लियर है? नाउ लेट मी राइट दिस अगेन। सो दिस इज फिबोनाची ऑफ 5, so it is equal to Fibonacci of 4 plus Fibonacci of 3, and this Fibonacci of 4 is Fibonacci of 3 plus Fibonacci of 2, and Fibonacci of 3 is Fibonacci of 2 plus Fibonacci of 1, and Fibonacci of 2 is Fibonacci of 1 plus Fibonacci of 0. In the same way, this is equal to Fibonacci of 1 plus Fibonacci of 0, and this value is again Fibonacci of 2 plus Fibonacci of 1, and this value is again Fibonacci of 1 plus Fibonacci of 0, right? So these are the values, right? Now what we do is, because we try to memorize these values, because every time when we are going to call these function again that is going to waste lot of computation power. Because अब अगर आप Fibonacci of 10 की बात करेंगे, if you are just calculating Fibonacci of 10, so in case of Fibonacci of 10 every recursive call will be done many times. In case of Fibonacci of 10, अगर मैं Fibonacci of 8 की बात करूंगा, so this Fibonacci of 8 will be evaluated 2 times. And even if I take Fibonacci of 5, so Fibonacci of 5 will be evaluated many times. And again you can clearly see कितनी ज़्यादा CPU time हम waste कर रहे हैं. How much CPU time we are wasting, how much calculation power we are wasting, that is too much, right? So to solve this problem, we introduced the concept of dynamic programming. Now what we do is, we try to memorize a value which we have already evaluated. अब इसको memorize कैसे कर सकते हैं? Two methods of memorizing. The first method is top-down approach. Top down, that means you memorize the value of Fibonacci of 5, then you memorize Fibonacci of 4, then you memorize Fibonacci of 3, and every time whenever this Fibonacci of 3 is required, you call it. And second one is your bottom up approach. Bottom up approach, that means हम लोग सबसे पहले नीचे वाले जो बॉटम वैल्यूज हैं उनको मेमोराइज करेंगे एंड देन वी गो टू द अपर वैल्यूज. सो फॉर एग्जांपल हियर Fibonacci of 0 वी ऑलरेडी नो, इसकी वैल्यू हमें पता है, तो वैल्यू Fibonacci of 0 is 0, the value of Fibonacci of 1 is 1. We already know these values. Now because we already know the previous value, now we will try and find out a method in such a way that we can memorize these values and we can use these values for other function calls. जैसे Fibonacci of 0 and Fibonacci of 1 can be used in Fibonacci of 2. So we try to memorize this value in such way they can be used in other function calls. So what we can do in this case is, we can create an array. We can create this array. Okay, this is an array. Now in this array, I will try and remember Fibonacci of 0. So it is 0 and Fibonacci of 1. So all of these index locations are representing the Fibonacci of that number. जैसे Fibonacci of 0 जो है, index location 0 is representing Fibonacci of 0. Index location 1 is representing Fibonacci of 1. Index location 2 is representing Fibonacci of 2. In this manner, I can take an array, and in this array, I can try and remember or memorize those values. So what I can do is, I can simply change my program in this manner. Fibonacci of a number which is n. Of a number n. So first of all, I need an array which can have this n index location. For simplicity purpose, I'm not taking the malloc function. I'm just assuming that I can create an array dynamically. So I can say integer a, or make it integer fibo of size n. So I have created an array which is of size n in this case. Or I should basically take it n plus 1. Not exactly n. I should take it n plus 1. So I'm creating an array here which is integer fibo and the size is n plus 1. Why I'm taking the size as n plus 1? Because the index location will be from 0 to n. 0 से लेकर n तक index locations आपके पास होगी. Now in the index location 0, I'm storing a value 0. So in the index location 0, I'm storing a value 0. Now in the index location 1, I'm storing a value 1. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to start a loop from index location 2 to 7 so that I can calculate the Fibonacci of those numbers. I can do in this way. For integer I is equal to 2, I is less than equal to n, and I'm going to do I plus plus. So in this loop I'm going to say Fibonacci of I will be equal to Fibonacci of I minus 1 plus Fibonacci of I minus 2. Okay, and then after this for loop is finished, I'm just going to return Fibonacci of n. So this is the value that I'm going to return, and in this manner you can easily evaluate the Fibonacci. So what I've done here is I've applied a concept of dynamic programming. मैंने dynamic programming के concept को बहुत smartly यहाँ पर apply किया है, so that I can reduce the number of function calls and I can reduce the time complexity, right? Now the total time complexity for this function is order of n, because this for loop is going to run order of n time, so the total time complexity is order of n. So earlier what was the time complexity? पहले आपकी time complexity क्या थी? The time complexity is 1.618 raised to power n, or you can simply say it is 2 raised to power n. Earlier हमारे पास 2 raised to power n time complexity थी, but now the time complexity is order of n, and you will identify that order of 2 raised to power n is much bigger as compared to order of n. तो ये जो 2 raised to power n है वो बहुत बड़ा है as compared to order of n. Just take an example. If you can take n is equal to 10, then this value will become 1024 and this value will be 10 only. If I can take n is equal to 20, then this value will be approximately equal to 1 million, but the value of the second one will be only 20. So this is much bigger as compared to order of n, right? So this is how I've saved a lot of computation power, but still there's some modifications are possible. कुछ ऐसी modifications possible है. Why? Because this function is taking lot of space complexity also. तो ये जो function है यहाँ पर it is taking order of n as the extra space, order of n extra space. That means the space complexity is still order of n. So I can still modify this function and I can try and minimize the space complexity. I can modify this function in this manner to save the space complexity. Instead of remembering the entire previous value, I just have to remember two previous values. That's it. So I'm going to take this function in this manner. Fibonacci of integer n will be equal to, I'm going to take free variables. I'm going to take integer previous, which is equal to 0, and I'm going to take current is equal to 1, and I'm going to take integer next. So these three variables I have taken. Now every time I'm going to add previous and current, and then I'm going to swap their values. I mean to say, what do I mean to say by this is, I'm trying to say for I is equal to maybe I can take 2i less than equal to n and I plus plus. I can take next is equal to previous plus current, and then previous is equal to current, and then current is equal to next. So this is what I'm going to do, and after the end of this for loop I'm simply going to return the value of next. Okay, so this is again the Fibonacci of a number. So again the time complexity for this function is going to be order of n, and the space complexity for this function is order of 1. In the previous function the time complexity was order of n and the space complexity was also order of n. तो यहाँ पर space complexity भी order of n थी, time complexity भी order of n थी. Now in this function the space complexity is order of 1, time complexity is order of n. If you compare with the previous case, ये जो आपका previous case था where we have written the recursive program, here the time complexity is basically 1.6 raised to power n, which is extremely high, plus the space complexity. How much will be the space complexity? It is approximately equal to order of n only, क्योंकि जितना आपका फंक्शन, जितनी फिबोनाची n की वैल्यू है उतनी रिकर्सिव ट्री की हाइट होगी. So the space complexity is also order of n. So we have drastically changed things because of dynamic programming. पहले आपके पास time complexity के केस में first the time complexity was 1.6 raised to power n, which is much bigger than order of n, and now again we have reduced it to order of n only. तो हमने इसको order of n में reduce कर दिया. So this is equal to, just hold on a second. So this is equal to order of n only, but the space complexity is also reduced. Earlier it is order of n, but then it was order of n, but now I have made it order of 1. ठीक है, तो इस तरीके से इन दीज 3 मेथड्स वी हैव चेंज द टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी एज वेल एज वी हैव आल्सो चेंज्ड द स्पेस कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी. इतना क्लियर है सभी के साथ? इज इट क्लियर सो फार व्हाट इज द यूज ऑफ dynamic programming? Now in this array, the values that we remembered in this array, this is basically called as memoization. इसको हम मेमोराइजेशन बोलते हैं बिकॉज वी आर ट्राइंग टू मेमोराइज समथिंग. हम यहाँ पर कुछ याद करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. वी आर ट्राइंग टू मेमोराइज और यू कैन से मेमोराइज. क्लियर सो फार? सो इफ इट इज क्लियर, आई कैन शो यू वन मोर एग्जांपल वेयर डायनेमिक प्रोग्रामिंग इज रिक्वायर्ड. So in this case top down approach is not really applicable. In every case ऐसा नहीं है. In every case it is not possible that every time we can apply top down as well as bottom approach. In some cases bottom up approach is much better as compared to top down approach. In some cases top down approach is better as compared to bottom up approach. Because here why I have applied bottom up because I already know the value of Fibonacci of 0. I already know the value of Fibonacci of 1. So there is no point of using the top down approach. It is better to use a bottom up approach only. ठीक है? We just have to memorize the values. I'll show you the next example. So in this next example, you will understand what is the benefit of using dynamic programming, because this next example is going to be very helpful for all of you. Okay? So in this next example, I'm taking 0-1 knapsack. 0-1 knapsack. So as I told you, this knapsack problems are of 2 types. The first one is greedy knapsack, and greedy knapsack is also called as fractional knapsack. And the second one is your 0-1 knapsack. Okay. Let me take an example here. Yeah. So let me find out the previous example also. Just hold on a second. I think I've taken a previous example. I just wanted to take the previous values. In the previous example, we have the following values. We were having 3 objects. So this is representing object number 1, which is obviously your maybe gold. This is object number 2, which is titanium, and this is object number 3, which is your diamond. Okay, and then we were having some profit and we were having some weights. So this is profits is 25, 24 and 15, and the weight of these objects is 18, 15 and 10. So in case of fractional knapsack, first of all we have evaluated the profit by weight ratio for each of these objects. So this is the profit by weight ratio, Pi divided by Wi for object number 1, for object number 2 and for object number 3. So for object number 1, 25 divided by 18, I think this value was 1.6, I'm not sure, but let me again calculate. So it is 25 divided by 18, this value was 1.38. So it was profit by weight ratio is 1.38. For object number 2, it is 24 divided by 15, which is equal to 1.6. And for object number 3, it is equal to 1.5. So we have calculated the profit by weight ratio here. Okay, and then we have taken M is equal to 20. That is total capacity of the knapsack is 20. Now in the fractional knapsack, what I have done here in this case is that I can also take the fraction. It is not necessary that every time I have to take the complete object. I can also take a fraction of the object. मैं कुछ fraction भी ले सकता हूँ. So in this fractional knapsack, you know, first of all, in this total 20 kg bag, I have placed object number 2. So how much object number 2 I have placed? I have placed 15 units of object number 2. मैंने 15 units object number 2 की place की, and then the rest of the object I have placed object number 3 here, and I have placed only 5 units of object number 3. So total profit that we got here was approximately 24 plus 7.5, that is equal to 31.5, that we have already evaluated in the fractional knapsack. But in case of 0-1 knapsack, this strategy is not very helpful. यहाँ पर 0-1 knapsack के अंदर ये strategy helpful नहीं है, because in some cases maybe you can get a better, I mean you can get a solution which is optimized, but in some cases your solution might not be optimized. जैसे कि for example, if we select objects, so in this case if we select objects ऑन बेसिस ऑफ प्रॉफिट बाय वेट रेशो. अगर मैं ऑब्जेक्ट्स को प्रॉफिट बाय वेट रेशो के बेसिस पर सेलेक्ट करूंगा, सो इन केस ऑफ जीरो वन knapsack आइदर द एंटायर ऑब्जेक्ट शुड बी देयर और इट्स नॉट कम. पूरा का पूरा ऑब्जेक्ट जो है वो आना चाहिए या फिर पूरा ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं आना चाहिए. ओके, सो दैट मीन्स वी कैन नॉट टेक अ फ्रैक्शन ऑफ एन ऑब्जेक्ट, right? So that means if I take a profit by weight ratio, so object number 2 is having a maximum profit by weight ratio, so I can only place object number 2 here, because after placing object number 2 will take 15 units of space and I will be left with only 5 units. मैं यहाँ पर सिर्फ 5 यूनिट ही लेफ्ट कर पाऊंगा. I will be taking this entire, I will be taking 15 units, and for this 5 unit I cannot take a fraction. So in this case, what is the amount of profit you are going to get? The profit that you will be getting is 24 units. आपको 24 units का profit मिलेगा. But instead of this, what I could have done here is I could have placed object number 1 in this back. मैंने सिर्फ ऑब्जेक्ट नंबर 1 को बैक अंदर प्लेस करना था, विच वॉज ऑफ 18 यूनिट्स एंड 2 यूनिट्स ऑफ स्पेस कुड बी 2 यूनिट्स ऑफ स्पेस कुड बी स्टिल फ्री, बट स्टिल द प्रॉफिट दैट विल बी गेटिंग इज 25 यूनिट्स. तो यहाँ पर जो प्रॉफिट था वो ज़्यादा था. सो इन केस ऑफ जीरो वन knapsack, दिस प्रॉफिट बाय वेट रेशो concept is not really applicable, because sometimes if you are going to use the profit by weight ratio, then you will not be able to get the most profit. तो आपको शायद ज़्यादा profit ना मिले. So obviously we need some new kind of strategy, and using this new kind of strategy we should be able to maximize our profit in case of zero one knapsack. Okay, so that is why I can say fractional knapsack. So this profit by weight ratio does not always give a better solution, or you can say maximum profit, or you can say maximum profit in zero one knapsack. तो हमेशा ये बेटर सॉल्यूशन नहीं होता और हमेशा मैक्सिमम प्रॉफिट नहीं देता. सो ऑब्वियसली वी नीड सम अदर मेथोलॉजीज फ्रॉम विच वी कैन फाइंड अ बेटर प्रॉफिट, और यू कैन से सम बेटर सॉल्यूशन शुड बी देयर. इज इट क्लियर सो फार? इतना आप सभी के साथ क्लियर है? सो फॉर दिस जीरो वन knapsack we need some other kind of strategy. We should know कि ऐसा क्या strategy हम follow करें so that we can maximize the profit. So to give that solution, I'm going to write a recursive function. Basically what we have to do is we have to check every object. If we place that object, am I going to get a maximum profit? If we do not place that object, am I going to get a maximum profit? अगर मैं किसी ऑब्जेक्ट को ले रहा हूं तो क्या मुझे उस ऑब्जेक्ट को प्लेस करने के बाद मैक्सिमम प्रॉफिट मिलता है, या फिर मुझे उस ऑब्जेक्ट को बिना प्लेस किए मैक्सिमम प्रॉफिट मिलता है? दिस इज व्हाट आई हैव टू डू. ओके, सो लेट मी टेक एन एग्जांपल हियर. So this is a good example. I'm taking a very small example for the first case so that you can understand. So this is representing the weight, this is representing the profit, and this is the object number 1, this is object number 2, and this is object number 3. So the weights are 1, 2 and 4. The profit is 10, 12 and 28. Okay, now what I have to do is I have to find out a optimal substructure which I can use to maximize the profit. ठीक है, what I mean to say is कि हमें यहाँ पर ये देखना है कि अगर मैं किसी ऑब्जेक्ट को प्लेस करता हूँ, इफ आई एम प्लेसिंग दैट ऑब्जेक्ट, तो क्या मुझे मैक्सिमम प्रॉफिट मिलेगा. अगर मैं उस ऑब्जेक्ट को प्लेस नहीं करूँगा तो क्या मुझे मैक्सिमम प्रॉफिट मिलेगा. ओके, लेट मी एक्सप्लेन स्टेप बाय स्टेप. सो लिटिल कॉम्प्लिकेटेड, so I want all of you to focus here very, मतलब give your 100% here, because it is little complicated. If you don't focus then you will face issues. ठीक है, so I'm going to write a recursive function for this. Recursive function. So what does this recursive function says? This recursive function says this is knapsack where I is representing the items and W is representing the weight. Okay, so weight, that weight of this knapsack. तो W जो है वो इस knapsack का weight represent कर रहा है. Okay, so in this case first of all I have to check if I take one object, maybe I can start with object number 3. If I take one object, अगर मैं उसको place करता हूँ, if I place that object in the knapsack, am I going to get a profit, maximum profit? If I do not place it, am I going to get a maximum profit? Okay, let me explain. So I'm going to take a maximum profit, so which is profit plus, अगर मैं उस ऑब्जेक्ट को knapsack के अंदर प्लेस करता हूँ, so that means let us suppose I start with the object number 3. So if what is the profit that I'm going to get if I'm going to place that object? So which is I'm going to reduce the weight also, and if I do not place that object, अगर मैं उस ऑब्जेक्ट को प्लेस नहीं करता, okay, so which is knapsack of I minus 1 comma W. If I do not place this object in the knapsack, so this is what I'm going to evaluate, okay, and the profit will be 0 in case if either all the items are finished or the weight in the knapsack is 0. अगर knapsack completely full हो गया है, यानी उसके अंदर कोई भी weight नहीं है, तो आप कुछ और उसमें ऐड नहीं कर सकते, या फिर आपने सभी आइटम्स को बैग के अंदर प्लेस कर लिया है तो आप और कुछ ऐड नहीं कर सकते. ओके, एंड द थर्ड वन इज अगर किसी आइटम का वेट knapsack के वेट से ज़्यादा है, देन ऑब्वियसली वी कैन नॉट प्लेस इट. सो दैट इज knapsack of I minus 1 comma W if the weight of that object is greater than the weight of the knapsack. So these things we have done. Now let me explain you all of these things one by one. ठीक है, तो ये जो आपका फर्स्ट कॉल है, this one, it represents if we place the object in the knapsack. If we place the object in knapsack, okay, and this one is representing if we do not place the object. If we do not place the object, अगर हम ऑब्जेक्ट को प्लेस नहीं करते तो क्या होगा, एंड दिस इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग इफ knapsack is full और no items are present, you can say कि कोई भी आइटम प्रेजेंट नहीं है, और you can say all items are placed, या तो सभी आइटम्स प्लेस हो चुके हैं, और you can say no items are present, या तो कोई भी आइटम प्रेजेंट नहीं है, या सभी आइटम्स प्लेस हो चुके हैं, या फिर knapsack फुल है, राइट. एंड दिस इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग if the weight of the object, if weight of the object is greater than the knapsack capacity, अगर उस ऑब्जेक्ट का वेट knapsack की कैपेसिटी से ज़्यादा है तो हम उसको प्लेस नहीं कर सकते. दिस इज व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू डू इन दिस फंक्शन कॉल. नाउ लेट मी एक्सप्लेन हाउ दिस फंक्शन कॉल विल वर्क, ये कैसे काम करेगा. सो वी नीड दिस टेबल हियर, तो मैं इस टेबल को कॉपी कर लेता हूँ. लेट मी कॉपी दिस टेबल हियर बिकॉज वी आर गोइंग टू रिक्वायर दिस टेबल. Let me copy again. Yeah, so we are going to need this table, so let me copy this table here so that I can paste it here. So this is the data that we had. Okay, so look at it very carefully because the recursive function calls are little difficult and tricky, तो आप सभी को बहुत ध्यान से देखना है and you have to focus here. ठीक है, so here I'm calling knapsack of I is the object numbers. So how many objects are there? There are total of 3 objects. So this is representing objects. कितने objects हैं आपके पास? Okay, and this is representing the weight of the knapsack. कि कितनी capacity है, weight कहो, और you can say capacity of the knapsack. कि knapsack की capacity कितनी है. So here I is representing 3. There are 3 objects, and the total capacity of the knapsack is 6. So 6 is the total capacity of the knapsack. Okay, so that means this is we're talking about object number 3. हम object number 3 की बात कर रहे हैं यहाँ पर. So now I have 2 choices. Either I have to place this object in the knapsack, or I do not have to place this object in the knapsack. So again there are 2 recursive calls, and I have to take a maximum value out of it. So this is, as you can see, this is a max function here. So I have to take a maximum value. If first of all if I place this object in the knapsack, अगर मैं इसको knapsack के अंदर place करता हूँ, then the profit is 28 plus अगर मैं इसको place किया, so the total capacity of the knapsack will now be only 2. So I'm going to call knapsack on 2, 2. Why? Because अगर मैंने इस ऑब्जेक्ट को प्लेस किया, therefore obviously the capacity of the knapsack will also reduce. Next, if I do not place this object, अगर मैं इस ऑब्जेक्ट को प्लेस नहीं करता हूं, so then it will be knapsack of 2,6. ठीक है, तो ये क्या रिप्रेजेंट करता है? Let me show it here. So total weight of the knapsack is 6. मतलब knapsack can hold only 6 items. Okay. So this is representing if we do not place the object. Okay. And this is representing if we place the object. Let me tell again. देखो हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं यहाँ पर? This is what we are trying to say. That this is representing the total capacity of the knapsack. This is representing the capacity of knapsack. So what I'm saying is, if I'm going to place this object number 3 in the knapsack, then I will get a profit of 28, because the total profit of object number 3 is 28, and this weight of this is 4. So 6 minus 4 is 2, because this much space will be left in the knapsack. So I'm going from this direction to this direction. मैं ऐसे रिवर्स लेकर फ्रंट पे जा रहा हूँ. आई कैन ऑल्सो मॉडिफाई दिस फंक्शन इफ आई वॉन्ट टू गो फ्रॉम फ्रंट टू लास्ट. मैं दोनों तरीके से इसको मॉडिफाई कर सकता हूँ. ओके, वाई आई एम रिड्यूसिंग द वैल्यू ऑफ आई इज बिकॉज आई वॉन्ट टू गो फ्रॉम थर्ड टू सेकेंड, सेकेंड टू फर्स्ट. तो मुझे हर एक एलिमेंट को देखना है. सो आई एम सेइंग कि इफ आई हैव ऑब्जेक्ट नंबर 3, देन आइदर आई वॉन्ट टू प्लेस दिस ऑब्जेक्ट इन द knapsack और आई डू नॉट वॉन्ट टू प्लेस दिस. Then I will go to the object number 2. Again I will check I want to place this object in the knapsack or I do not want to place this object in the knapsack. तो मुझे क्या करना है? In these two are recursive calls. ये भी एक recursive call है and this is also a recursive call. Okay. So this is saying कि अगर मैंने उस object को knapsack के अंदर place कर दिया, therefore the capacity of the knapsack will reduce. Right? कितना reduce होगा? 4 kg से. तो capacity of the knapsack will reduce as well as the object also changed. Earlier it was object number 3 because हमने उसको place कर दिया. Now we have to check for the object number 2. Okay. Now in this case again यहाँ पर भी आपके पास 2 recursive calls होंगी. Okay. So here also there will be 2 recursive calls. So what are those recursive calls? The first recursive call will be if can I place this object in the knapsack or not. Okay. So there is maximum from first of all, can I place this second object in the knapsack? क्या हम इस object को knapsack के अंदर place कर सकते हैं? You will see, yes, I can place because the total capacity of the knapsack is 2 and the weight of this knapsack is also, weight of this object is also 2. Therefore, this will be total 12 plus knapsack of 1,0. ठीक है? Comma. If you do not place this object, अगर हम इस object को place ही नहीं करते, then it is knapsack of the object will change and the capacity will remain the same. Right? तो यानी कि हमने object number 2 को place किया. तो let me write it here. This is representing if we place object number 2. If we place object number 2, and this is representing if we do not place object 2. हम अगर object 2 को place नहीं करते हैं, this is the second case. Okay. And after this again here for this also again you have to check whether you want to place object number 2 or not. So you have to say what is the maximum value if I place object number 2 in the knapsack. So that is going to be 12 plus we are going to check object number 1 and the capacity of the knapsack will be 4 because object number 2 का जो weight था that was 6. Okay. And if you do not place this object then it will be 1,6. ठीक है? Now you can clearly see here also, in this case, the total weight in the knapsack is 0. So because the total weight in the knapsack is 0, therefore the total value of this function call, इसकी जो total value होगी, that will also be 0 because weight is 0. And this is I've mentioned in this function call. I've mentioned कि अगर weight जो है वो 0 है, so इस case में we cannot have a profit. So here the profit will be 0. But in this case again, we have 2 choices. इसके पास भी अब आपके पास 2 choices है. Either we want to place this in the knapsack or we do not want to place it. So I can say it is maximum from if I place it, the profit will be 10 plus and it is knapsack of 0, 1 and if I do not place it, So that is going to be 0, 2. Okay, so we have to take a maximum value out of these three. And in this case also, again, if I have 1, 4, so that is, I'm talking about object number 1. So if I place object number 1, so that is, I have to take the maximum from, if I place object number 1, the profit will be 10 plus, I'm going to call knapsack of 0, 3. And if I do not place the object number 1, then it will be 0, 4. And in this case also there will be two recursive calls. First, if I am going to place object number 1, अगर आप उसको place करेंगे तो profit will be 10, and I am going to call knapsack of 10 plus knapsack of 0, 5, and if I do not place it, so it is knapsack of 0, 6. So these are the recursive calls, right? Now in this recursive call, the first recursive call here, it will be having a total value of 0 because no items are present. Here also it will be having a value of 0. So this is, I've already mentioned here, either I is 0 or W is 0. या तो I की value 0 होगी या W की value 0 होगी. In both of these cases, the profit will be 0. So here I is 0, so here it will be 0, and in this case again I is 0, so it will be 0. Here also I is 0, it will be 0. Here also I is 0, it will be 0. Here also I is 0, it will be 0. Right? So what is the maximum value here? तो यहाँ से हमारे पास maximum value क्या आई है? If you check it this one, what is the maximum value? Maximum value I'm going to get 10, 0 में से maximum value here is 10. So this value here, इसकी value जो है वो 10 हो जाएगी. And let me change the color of the pen so that it should be extra visible. Okay, or I can change the size also, right? So this value is going to be 10, and here this total value is going to be 12. 10 or 12 में से maximum value is 12, right? In this manner here, this value is going to be 10, this value is going to be 0, so the maximum value here is only 10, and this value is also 0, as well as this value is also 0, so I'm going to get a value, I think this value is 10, this value is 10, so I'm going to get a 10 here. Okay, so the maximum value from this value is 22. तो यहाँ से इसके पास maximum value 22 आती है, and from here the maximum value is going to be 10 plus 12 which is equal to 24. तो यहाँ से maximum value आपके पास आती है 24 because this 12 plus this 12 is 24. So I'm going to get the value, the output from here. इसका जो आंसर होगा 24 plus 24 is 48. And here I'm going to get a value which is 22. Therefore the maximum value out of them is 48. तो यहाँ से जो maximum profit मुझे आएगा वो 48 आएगा. Okay, and you can clearly see here in the knapsack also. तो यहाँ से जो आपके पास profit आएगा, maximum profit that I can get is 48. And how can I get this profit as 48? मुझे 48 profit कैसे आया? Just trace the path. Path को trace करो, then you will understand how can I get this profit 48. So first of all I went to this side. इस साइड में that means I have to place the object number 4 in the knapsack. So this is your knapsack. I can place the object number 4 here. 6 is the capacity. The object number 4, the size is 4, right? So here 2 will be remaining. So I think no, I should not get a profit as 48. Let me check again if I have done any mistake. So 12 plus, sorry, 24 is a profit, I guess. No. Sorry, let me check again. So here it is 10. यहाँ से आपके पास 10 आया, and from here it will be 12. 10 और 12 में से 12 is maximum. So 28 plus 12. So it is 40, not 48. This is 40. Yes, it is 40. So the maximum profit that I can get is 40. So that means first of all I can place the object number 4. I mean object number 3. मैंने object number 3 को place किया. I can get this object number 3. After placing this object number 3, I am placing this object number 2. तो मैंने यहाँ पर object number 2 को place किया. So the total weight of object number 2 is also 2. Now the profit from object number 4 is 28 and profit from object number 2 is 12. Therefore the total profit that I am getting is 40. So basically again you can see in these recursive calls, we can find out using this function what is the maximum profit I can get and which objects should I place. मुझे maximum profit क्या मिलेगा और कौन कौन से object जो है वो मुझे place करने चाहिए. Is it clear so far? इतना आप सभी के साथ clear है? Right? So you can find out, I mean you can do these recursive calls and you can see how many recursive calls are there which are repeating themselves. So obviously there will be many recursive calls which will be repeating themselves. Okay? In this case, does there exist any overlapping sub problem, here, because if there exists a overlapping sub problem, then only we will be able to use the knapsack. Okay, right? So if there's any overlapping sub problem, then only, when we have overlapping sub problem, then only we will be able to use dynamic programming. If we do not have overlapping sub problem, then we will not be able to use dynamic programming. Okay, so let us assume that in the knapsack we have 10 objects and the capacity of the knapsack is also 10. So if the capacity of the knapsack is also 10 and we also have 10 objects, and we are assuming that the size of every object is 1 unit. तो यहाँ पर let suppose we have 10 objects, and the size of every object is equal to 1. हर एक ऑब्जेक्ट का साइज 1 है और हमारे पास टोटल 10 ऑब्जेक्ट्स हैं. इन दैट केस व्हाट विल हैपन? इन दैट केस we will be finding out what is the maximum from these two values. That means if I place the first object and if I do not place the first object, that is a profit of the object number 10 plus it will be the knapsack of 9,9, if I do not place this object, then it will be knapsack of 9,10. Then again for 9,9 also we have to check maximum from, if I place the second object, that is profit from the 9th object plus knapsack of 8,8, and if I do not place this object, then it is knapsack of 8,9. Again here in this case also it is maximum from, what is the profit of the 8th object plus knapsack of 7,7, and here it will be, if I do not place this object, then it is knapsack of 7,8. Okay. Then again here also there will be two recursive calls. First of all, if I place this object, so it is going to be profit of 8th object plus knapsack of 7,8, knapsack of, if I do not place this object, so it is going to be 7,9. Okay. In this same case here also I have to evaluate two values, that is knapsack of 8,9, that is profit of the 9th object plus knapsack of 8,10. So in this manner this entire recursive calls will grow. If these recursive calls will grow, then you can also find out how many recursive calls are repeating themselves. There are a lot of recursive calls which are repeating themselves. For example, here knapsack of 8,9 is here, as well as knapsack of 8,9 is here. उसी तरीके से you can easily find out, if I extend it further more, you can easily find out there are a lot of values which are repeating themselves. काफ़ी सारी ऐसी values हैं जो अपने आप को repeat कर रही है. जैसे for example this knapsack of 7,8 is also here, as well as knapsack of 7,8 is also here. तो ये दोनों values भी यहाँ पर repeat कर रही हैं. These values are also repeating themselves. Obviously there are a lot of overlapping sub problems, यानी कि ऐसी problems जो अपने आप को repeat कर रही हैं, they are called as overlapping sub problems. So obviously if there can be overlapping sub problems, then I can apply dynamic programming on this. Okay, so there exists a overlapping substructure here, so dynamic programming can be applied. Clear so far? इतना आप सभी के साथ clear है? So if it is clear, let us take the previous example and let us try to find out कि हम इसको कैसे कर सकते हैं. So what I'm going to do here in this case is I will again apply bottom up approach, because if I already know कि कुछ values क्या है, then I mean if I already know the bottom up values, then I will be able to apply dynamic programming effectively. Let me show you after applying dynamic programming. After applying dynamic programming, how it will work. Okay, so this is your data, these are the weights, these are the profits. So here object number 1, I mean this is the weight and this is the profit 10, 12 and 28, and this is object number 1, object number 2, and this is object number 3. Fine. Now what I can do is I can create a table. Right, so this is representing a table, and in this table we are having all the possible values of weight and all the possible values of objects. Correct. So weight can be, in the knapsack weight can be 0, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 and all the possible values of the objects, either object number 1, object number 0, object number 1, object number 2 and object number 3. Why I have taken these values? If you look at this recursive tree, अगर आप इस recursive tree को clearly देखेंगे, let me actually draw some things and then maybe you will be able to understand. So if I just make it clearer, पहले से थोड़ा सा better मैं इसको करने की कोशिश करता हूँ so that it should be clear with all of you what I'm trying to say. Now in this given tree you can see the possible values of object numbers objects are 0, 1 and 2. So 0, 1 और 2 ये आपके पास ऑब्जेक्ट की पॉसिबल वैल्यू है, एज वेल एज वी कैन ऑल्सो हैव अ पॉसिबल वैल्यू ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट एज 3. एज वेल एज फॉर वेट ऑल्सो वी कैन हैव द वैल्यूज ऑफ वेट एज 0, जैसे कि यहाँ पर इसकी वैल्यू 0 है, यहाँ पर द वेट वैल्यू इज 1, हियर द वैल्यू ऑफ वेट इज 2, हियर ऑल्सो द वैल्यू ऑफ वेट इज 2, हियर द वैल्यू ऑफ वेट इज 6, हियर द वैल्यू ऑफ वेट इज 4, हियर द वैल्यू ऑफ वेट इज 5. तो वेट की जो पॉसिबल वैल्यूज है, द पॉसिबल वैल्यूज आर वेट ऑफ वेट आर 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 एंड द पॉसिबल वैल्यू ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट इज 0, 1, 2, 3 एंड 4. तो यहाँ से जो जो पॉसिबल वैल्यूज है ऑब्जेक्ट्स की और वेट्स की वो हमने यहाँ पर लिख ली है, राइट. आफ्टर राइटिंग दीज वैल्यूज देयर आर फ्यू वैल्यूज दैट वी ऑलरेडी नो, जैसे कि देखो इफ यू कैन चेक आउट दिस गिवन थिंग, तो यहाँ पर ये जो स्टेटमेंट है, दिस स्टेटमेंट इज टेलिंग व्हाट इज द पॉसिबल वैल्यू, आई मीन इफ आइदर द ऑब्जेक्ट्स आर 0 और द वेट इज 0 देन इट इज 0. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर क्या होगा, this will be 0, this will be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 and 0. इतना क्लियर आप सभी के साथ? ओके, सो दीज वैल्यूज आर वी ऑलरेडी नो, ये सभी वैल्यूज हमें ऑलरेडी पता है. ओके, नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू फिल दिस टेबल फ्रॉम बॉटम टू अप, यानी कि यहां से लेकर यहां पर या फिर यहां से लेकर यहां पर, फ्रॉम बॉटम टू अप आई एम गोइंग टू फिल दिस टेबल. नाउ दिस कॉलम हियर इट इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग दैट इफ द कैपेसिटी ऑफ द नैपसैक इज 1, तो ये रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है कैपेसिटी, एंड ये जो रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है ये रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है कि आपके पास कितने ऑब्जेक्ट्स अवेलेबल है, हाउ मेनी ऑब्जेक्ट्स यू हैव, हाउ मेनी ऑब्जेक्ट्स. सो इट इज सेइंग, दिस कॉलम इज सेइंग द कैपेसिटी ऑफ द नैपसैक इज 1 एंड ओनली 1 ऑब्जेक्ट इज अवेलेबल, मोर देन 1 ऑब्जेक्ट्स आर नॉट अवेलेबल. ठीक है, so if only one object is available, which is object number 1, and the capacity of the knapsack is also 1, then I can place this one object. So here the total profit will be 1, right? So even if whatever is the total capacity, कुछ भी capacity हो सकती है, if only one object is available, तो हम सिर्फ उसी object को place कर पाएंगे, we will not be able to place any other object. अगर सिर्फ एक ही ऑब्जेक्ट अवेलेबल है, इफ ओनली वन ऑब्जेक्ट इज अवेलेबल, दैट इज ऑब्जेक्ट नंबर 1, वी विल नॉट बी एबल टू प्लेस एनी अदर ऑब्जेक्ट. सो आई हैव टू मेक दिस वैल्यू एज 1. सेकेंडली, इफ 2 ऑब्जेक्ट्स आर अवेलेबल, अगर 2 ऑब्जेक्ट्स अवेलेबल है एंड द कैपेसिटी ऑफ द नैपसैक इज 1, अगर 1 कैपेसिटी है, राइट, सो दैट मीन्स दिस इज द रिकर्सिव कॉल. मतलब इसके लिए हमें बेसिकली इन रिकर्सिव कॉल्स को आप चेक कर सकते हो. यू कैन सी द रिकर्सिव कॉल्स. इफ 2 ऑब्जेक्ट्स आर अवेलेबल and the capacity of the knapsack is only 1, in that case you will be able to place object number 1 only. If these two objects are available and the capacity of the knapsack is 2, तो उस केस में you will be able to place object number 2 only. मतलब either you can place object number 1 or you can place object number 2. But placing the object number 2 is much beneficial, so I'm going to write this here. Right here this is saying if 2 objects are available then the capacity of the knapsack is 3. I mean to say, इसका मतलब क्या है, देखो इस कॉलम का मतलब क्या है कि it is knapsack of 2, 3. That means if 2 objects is available and the capacity of the knapsack is 3, that means it is going to be maximum, ये होगा आपके पास maximum from if I'm placing that object, that is placing the object number 2 plus knapsack of, आफ्टर प्लेसिंग दिस ऑब्जेक्ट, इस ऑब्जेक्ट को प्लेस करने के बाद व्हाट इज द टोटल स्पेस विच इज अवेलेबल नैपसैक के अंदर. सो दैट इज गोइंग टू बी 1. ओके, एंड ओनली 1 ऑब्जेक्ट इज अवेलेबल, कॉमा द सेकंड विल बी इफ आई डू नॉट प्लेस दिस ऑब्जेक्ट देन आई हैव ऑब्जेक्ट नंबर 1 एंड द कैपेसिटी इज 3. राइट, तो ये जो रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है ये इस रिकर्सिव कॉल को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है. एंड इन दिस रिकर्सिव कॉल फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ आई टेक दिस वैल्यू, तो ये वैल्यू हम ऑलरेडी इवैल्यूएट कर चुके हैं. दिस वैल्यू इज बेसिकली दिस वन, ये वाली वैल्यू है, इसको रिप्रेजेंट कर रही है. क्लियर? इन द सेम वे दिस वैल्यू हियर, ये जो वैल्यू है आपके पास, दिस इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग 1,3 इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग दिस वैल्यू, ये जो है ये इसको रिप्रेजेंट कर रही है 1,3 को, ओके। तो दैट मीन्स अगर हमें 2,3 को रिप्रेजेंट करना है तो यहाँ पर हमें बेसिकली जो वैल्यूज हम ऑलरेडी कैलकुलेट कर चुके हैं, वी हैव ऑलरेडी सेव्ड दोज वैल्यूज, हम उन सब वैल्यूज को ऑलरेडी सेव कर चुके हैं, सो ऑब्वियसली वी कैन टेक बेनिफिट ऑफ दिस। सो प्रॉफिट ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट नंबर 2 इज 12 एंड व्हाट इज एन knapsack ऑफ 1,1, 1,1 की वैल्यू कितनी है, सो 1,1 वैल्यू इज 10 एंड 1,3 की वैल्यू कितनी है, 1,3 वैल्यू इज 10, सो दिस टोटल वैल्यू इज 22 एंड दिस वैल्यू इज 10, सो दैट मीन्स द टोटल प्रॉफिट दैट वी कैन गेट इज 22, हमें जो टोटल प्रॉफिट है वो यहाँ पर 22 मिलेगा, ओके। इन द सेम वे इफ आई टेक अदर वन, अगर मैं किसी और की बात करता हूँ, लेट सपोज इफ आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस कॉलम, मैं इसकी बात करता हूँ, सो दिस कॉलम इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग knapsack ऑफ 2,4, so knapsack of 2,4 is basically maximum from profit of 2 plus knapsack of 1,2, right, comma knapsack of 1,4. So we have already evaluated these values, ये values हमारे पास already है, so I'm just going to use those values, right? So you can clearly see this knapsack of 1,2 is represented by this 1,2 इससे represent कर रहा है and this knapsack of 1,4 is represented by this, right? So this is going to be 12 plus 10, 10. तो जो total profit होगा that will be 22. In the same manner these values can be filled, right? अब now in this case जो आपका third case है यहाँ पर, so if you do all of these recursive calls you will find out these values can be easily evaluated. तो यहाँ पर ये जो values हैं वो easily evaluate की जा सकती है, okay? So let me repeat this for other cell. मैं इस cell के लिए repeat करता हूँ. Let me repeat this for this cell. So this cell is representing knapsack of 3,6. ये 3,6 को represent करता है. So if I do 3,6, that means in this case it will be, if I add this object number, I mean 3,4, not 3,6, this is representing 3,4. So first of all, will I be able to place object number 4 here? I mean object number 3 here? Yes, I will be able to place object number 3. That means I am going to evaluate profit of 3 plus knapsack of 2,0, comma, it is knapsack of 2,4. ठीक है, so in case of this 3,4, this knapsack of 2,0, so we have already evaluated this value, 2,0 is representing a value 0, तो ये जो है ये 0 को represent कर रही है, and this value is representing 2,4 is representing a value which is 22, ये value यहाँ पर 22 को represent कर रही है, and profit of object number 3, तो ऑब्जेक्ट नंबर 3 का प्रॉफिट कितना है, द प्रॉफिट ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट नंबर 3 इज 28, सो इट इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग 28, सो दिस इज 28 प्लस 0, 22, तो जो मैक्सिमम वैल्यू है दैट इज 28, हेंस आई हैव रिटन 28 हियर. सो इन दिस मैनर यू आर गोइंग टू फिल दिस टेबल, इस टेबल को आप यहाँ से लेकर यहाँ पर, मतलब इन डायगोनली बेसिकली, आई मीन यू कैन फिल दिस टेबल, आइदर यू कैन फिल दिस टेबल इन दिस मैनर और यू कैन फिल दिस टेबल इन दिस मैनर, दोनों में से किसी मैनर से भी आप टेबल को फिल कर सकते हैं and you can find out the total capacity, okay? So in this manner you can solve this problem. इतना clear है आप सभी के साथ? So if it is clear, then I can show you the program for this. आप writing the program is very easy, fairly very easy by using this concept. So what I can do here is this is the algorithm that I've taken directly from the book. मैं book में से directly quote कर रहा हूँ. So it is if I have input which is basically in terms of W1, W2 up to so on Wn, and if I say that C is the capacity of the knapsack, this is representing the profit. So profits are P1, P2 up to so on Pn. These are representing the profit, and this is the array that we have. The name of the array will be output. I mean the name of the array is, let us suppose I have to create this array, and the name of the array is T n comma c, right? So you can clearly see if I have to implement this one, so this is representing an array, तो ये एक array को represent कर रहा है, where we have how many rows? We have total of if c is the capacity, तो आपके पास n number of elements है, c capacity है, so we have 0 to 3. If 3 elements are there, so 0 to 3, and if 6 is the maximum weight, so 0 to 6. तो it is a 2D array, तो ये एक 2-dimensional array है. So first of all I have to create a 2D array. तो यहाँ पर मैंने इसके लिए 2-dimensional array को create किया. So after creating this 2D array, I have to fill all of these values, ये जो values हैं, I have to fill these values because these values we already know. ये वाली values हमें already पता है, so I can easily run a loop for this. तो first of all I'm going to say for I is equal to 0 to the capacity, we are going to do the following. So we are going to do t of 0 comma I is equal to 0, and we are going to do for I is equal to 1 to n, 1 से लेकर n तक t of I comma 0 is equal to 0. यानी कि जो हमारे पास जितने भी I think we have done in this case we are talking about the columns. तो हमारे पास जितने भी columns हैं, I'm going to place the value 0 in the column and then I'm going to place these fill these values. So I'm going to say for j is equal to 1 to c, do the following. If weight of that item is less than equal to j and at the same time, let me check the again algorithm. Yeah. So if the weight of the item is greater than j, at the same time t of I minus 1 comma j minus wi plus profit is greater than t of I minus 1 comma j. तो ये represent कर रहा है if I am placing the item, the second one is representing if I do not place the item. In that case what I am going to do, t of I comma j is going to be t of I minus 1 comma j minus wi plus profit of I. Else it will be t of I comma j is going to be t of I minus 1 comma j. That's it. तो ये आपका लूप है and this is representing your knapsack. This is representing your program. So it's very simple. जो भी हमारे पास recursive calls है, we have written these recursive calls in this manner कि if I'm going to place the item, if that is greater than if I'm getting a profit which is greater than the previous profit, then I'm going to place the item. तो उसमें से मैं weight भी subtract करूँगा as well as I'm going to subtract the items also and I'm going to add the profit. But if I do not place this item, अगर ऐसा नहीं है, if I do not place this item, then I'm going to do this task. तो उस केस में मैं ये task करूँगा. It's a very simple program, not a difficult program, जो कि आपके एग्जाम में नहीं आएगा, right? So basically in your exam they are not going to ask about this given program, वो इसके बारे में नहीं पूछेंगे, but rather in your exam they can ask about the time complexity. वो time complexity के बारे में पूछ सकते हैं. They will not ask the program here, but at least if you know the program, then you will be able to, you will be able to solve the problems. You will be able to answer the lot of questions. Like अगर time complexity अगर आपको पता है, if you know the program, then you can evaluate the time complexity, and because you can evaluate the time complexity, so you can solve a lot of problems here. ठीक है? Okay, so on the basis of this, you can find out the time complexity, और उससे आप कर सकते हैं. Fine. So I believe this is a very good example for the first time. So I'm giving you this problem as a homework. I mean, obviously I'm going to take the next session, but before the next session I'm giving you this work that please find the time complexity of this program. So I will take 1 or 2 more examples here later on. तो बाद में मैं कुछ 1 या 2 examples और लूँगा. So because there are some things that I have covered, so you have to figure out कि ये recursive calls कैसे हो रही है, how can I do these recursive calls, how I performed these recursive calls, how I'm filling this table. तो ये जो values हैं ये आपको एक बार check करना पड़ेगा. And do not worry about the program. आपको program की requirement नहीं है. You do not need this program for the exam. You should only know the time complexity of the program. आपको exam में सिर्फ time complexity पता होना चाहिए. For your exam you do not need this program, but you can basically understand how to fill this table. इस टेबल को आप समझ सकते हैं. दैट्स इट. ठीक है.